other things going out over here to the system. So let's see. That should not be too bad to set up. I want to make it modular, so I want this one to go further down. I want the other things out. Let's start with... I want more space here at the top. Oh well, we'll see this first. You can go here. Output here. Water will be put over here maybe to manage it both ways. And you go here. Okay. Let's check this. That'll be 1. Water can go out here and go that way with a single pump. Because missing that would be quite bad. Can it fit in here? Seems it can. So you can go down this way. That's water supplied. This one will supply the next one. This one will output over here. Do there and go this way. And you will go further out. Kind of want to take it up here and do that instead, but do this here to manage that one. You'll go over here into that one. Let's just do this for now. And then we will sort it out with a better setup if needed. Because they are coming out weird ways. But let's just test even that we can make one right below to manage this. I have to do it here, I think. Let's try this. There we go. That is hooked up. The water is hooked up. The other two are going in. I think this should output most of the things we need. Ooh, that's going to be a problem with this one, isn't it? Unless we do it out here instead for that one. Yeah, that doesn't give us enough room. Please move you out there. I think that will give us enough room, hopefully. Then we can have you going to here instead. Going that way. And tailings going right there. That is quite a messy build we just decided to make there. Yeah, could, but I think this will work. I'm just going to check if I expand it out, if things line up nicely. I think right there. So it's pretty much just this one that's wrong. I think the rest are hooked up correctly. This is spaghetti pipe. That is so true. Can we fit in the fourth one and see if this this works as soon as we power it? So barrels in here and here. You'll please request that one, and you'll request that one. That is not a lot of barrels. That's because urea is slowing down quite significantly. That's something we'll have to look at. But yeah, look at that spaghetti mess. wonderful fits reacts and their outputs. True. Oh, maybe true. Well, let's see here. Let's just try and get them to run. Oh, we need to get the outputs as well solved. We can do that right here at this one. Which we have probably should line up with one chest instead of multiple chests. So what if we do it? Will this be a good place to do it? Yeah, because it produces 20 at a time. I kind of want it into one chest. And it produces ground speed 1, gives us 2 per second. 2, 4, 6, 8, so we do need both sides of a belt. Could almost do it on one side, but let's go with 2. What if we do something like this? Let's move it up 1 to get things to line up nicely. Do you limit you to 500 of, let's say 500 of you is the buffer max we're going with. And then we can output you this way, going into that one, and underground going from here to here. And we then take you, just do it like this for now. Yep, you, and you are wrong. I think that will give us quite a bit of this going out. The reason why we're completely lacking on urea is just that I think we're buffering quite a bit in barrels up here. At least all of it is getting turned into these two. And getting used down here. But nice and buffered. We'll just fill these up. And don't know if we should limit the amount we're requesting in here. I think it might be a good idea just to get like 30 barrels. For now. 2 outputs. Should probably remember to set those to active providers so things doesn't jam. So please active that one and that one, since they are not the main things we need. Means we can dismantle the old setup over here now. Go away. Barrels are getting delivered. Perfect. So that's a bit of a detour to get ammonium. Could probably get it at a much better ratio. Maybe one of these in a 1-to-1. But we can do that in the future if this completely jams or doesn't produce enough. Or we can get for copper and coke. That'd actually be a lot better than using what's it called, urea for it. Yeah, I might want to set up that one. What about this? That can also be made if you get this one. Again from ammonia, but then we can cut out the entire urea process. But that's locked behind chemical science, so that is a bit into the future. So this one is actually quite good. Or for meat, that's locked behind pie science. So a few things we need to research before we can get directly out or out of most of urea part. But that's fine. We'll look at that in the future. Let's see. That was at least the ammonia we need. Now we should be able to set up Rayon. Of course, with a base that can't keep up yet. But other than that, we should have the entire production chain for it. So where are our trees? By the way, Kobai, are you going to be streaming tonight as well? Here in a few hours? Or what are your plans? Because if you are, we could work something out. So we don't steal each other's viewers. That's always good. So let's see. Looking at this one. Solo Hype Night. We're going to be playing Pyanodon as well. Just without anyone else on the server. Unless somebody is there though. Oh, Silo Hype. That makes more sense. I was like, Solo Hype? I'm going to play alone? That's probably going to be the first time on the server. Have you been drinking again, Kobai? Well, it is a Sunday. So. Let's see, we need a pulp. No, wait, it's not a pulp mill. We need a chemical plant. We need a pulp mill for this one. I think we have a few pulp mills. Let's just make 2 ourselves. Oh, you have nice weather in the UK at the moment. I'm a bit jealous, to be honest, because in Denmark right now, it is quite bad. I think we have to wait until Friday before we get any kind of, well, mostly a hot day, above 20 degrees, and yeah, the clouds are pretty bad here as well, together with the rain. Oh, it's so sad. But we will get to it at some point, hopefully. 1, 2, 3 fluids in. It means we need something like this in terms of inputs. So what if we do those 3 for now? We go right there. And we'll just change them to be inputs. Instead, do we need the pulp mills below? Pulp mill. Yeah, you normally start around 10 PM my time. Well, that is 9 PM for you. Which is very good. Oh, is this another one of these? Oh, that's so annoying. Could I could almost steal the setup from over here, except the water one. What if I actually just take that? Let's try something fun. Oh, let's build ourselves. There's always something that goes wrong when you try to do that. So, firstly, 3 items. Carbon. Out. Ammonia. That is ammonia. That's easy enough. And then the last one was the sulfuric acid. So that will be exactly what we need to get this running. Nope, not that one, sorry. That one out. So to make it as modular as possible, it might be easier to turn it this way. So here, here, and there. We'll do, let's do them all on the same side, that's easier. 1, 2, you'll go be number 3 there. That way we have things kinda sorted a bit. You'll go to there, and you will just kinda jump over here. With that one going, and that one going. Then we should be able to move it down afterwards. 6 seconds. Quite a few things in. Might just do a normal inserter. Instead of having, or a fast inserter, instead of having a ton of other things going. So let's try this. You'll request that. You can get that many, that's fine. Of course, we need an output as well. Maybe just move both of them over here. Would actually look a bit better. That's 5 every 6 seconds. There we go. And limit you to Rayon 500. Barrels in. Let's see. You'll request those. Let's limit it a small amount. You'll request ammonia. Limit you as well. And sulfuric acid over here with a bit of a limit as well. That's looking quite good. Yeah. It's just urea that's going to be lacking for a bit. But we have quite a bit of manure, I think we have to sort up if that has not been used, all of it. Or food. Oh yeah, food is lacking quite a bit. Is that gonna affect our power? Not. Oh wait, this is building up, so it should be fine. Orc food, 10 minutes, 700. So we are building more food than we can consume. That is a good sign. So it's not building up over here, it's probably just building up in chests around the base. Are we lacking plastic of all things? I actually thought we had a setup that could easily handle this. That might have been strained quite a bit. Ah, it's just a limestone again. Right here. That can't keep up because something else can't keep up. Being this one. Oh, an old setup. It's all the old setups that are starting to be a bit of a problem. Before we leave this behind, go and do something else. Let's just expand this one out. Otherwise, we will be in serious trouble going forward. Let's just see here. Please take you. And where do you line up? Right here? I think it could work if you do it right there. Well, that's not gonna work. Line it up. Here it should work. Let's try that. Because I want to set up at least 2 or 3 times the production before we leave. Otherwise it will be quite bad. So that works, that connects up. That doesn't work. We'll have to move it down one more. That should work. Connect up everything as needed, and then we should have room for one more just below. You go out this way, connect up. You connect up this way. And then we can just take right there. And fit in one more if we're lucky. Can. And then we at least have this producing quite a bit, but of course limited by this one. So we'll never overproduce. Now we just need all the inputs, which will slowly but surely get delivered as we produce more and more. And right now it's actually quite surprising that this one might actually be the next thing we're working on first, to get copper coke to make these 3 things. Since ammonia is one of the main things we are lacking. And there's no better way of making it at the moment. But there is this one. But I think that's a bit overpowered and been changed a bit in the future. Let's go this one instead. In case we're running low. Well, we'll look at that in a bit. Right now we'll just leave this one. Because that's all we need for this one. I think we also have the zinc plate up and running, so in that regard this is very good. So let's go and look at one of the older setups that we are missing at the moment. One of these to throw into the network. And that was where we were making the limestone, which is right now starting to lag quite a bit. Because of reasons. And that reason is pretty much just that it's a very, very old setup. And we have it right over here, these two. They're still using water flown in by robots instead of pumps. They are that old. That's a thing we will just fix right now. You're outputting formic acid. Don't tell me. Oh, barrels in is also blocking this one, so there we are. That should help on this one. And let's just do this one to help it a bit more. Let's see, should we change the way this one is working as well? To different kind of inputs. What if we move you over here instead? Same with you. And change you to one of these. Say, what are you? Latex slab. Let's say at 2000 of you. You are rather simple recipe. And I want it to build up much bigger than this at the moment. To wait. So that should add in more sodium algae. Let's get you a bit higher as well. And they're all limited to 2K. So that means that this one has been improved a bit. That means we just have to look at this one. Also require quite a few things in and produces very, very slowly. But it can keep up, so it's pretty much just expanding this out and adding in, well, firstly getting this one away. Giving it a pump. Maybe just expanding this out a few times. So in theory we could take this, flip it this way. Maybe just right there. And maybe output it into one chest instead of many small ones. Please get all of you away. Then we'll do this instead. getting it out, and then limiting what's it called, how many we need. I think if we do just that, it'll be fine. That will sideload. This doesn't output very fast at all, so that should be fine. And we can take him up here and combine it together with another one over here to make it this a double setup. So here you go. Take you and oh, I forgot one thing. I have to limit what's it called, the output here. Or maybe just limit it at the input to the chest instead. That should be a bit easier to manage. That's looking rather good. Might run into issues with the mass again, but yeah, we'll solve that in just a second. For right now, I just want to double you. I want to worry about you in the near future. Fine. And take this one. Here and to there. And you can just kind of go together right here in the middle, maybe. I think that would look rather good. And say, what do you call it? Sodium. Please limit you to, let's say, 2k sodium. On both sides. That way this will build up and robots just pick up one place. That's easier for them to do. All of this is running. As soon as we get enough limestone and seaweed, meaning we'll have to expand out those two as well. Luckily, our seaweed farm is one of the easiest things to expand since we have a very modular setup. That's pretty much just taking this part, saying seaweed, maybe just 2 of them. Will be fine. And just letting robots build it. As long as we have it in a mall, that is. That's gonna tax a limestone again. Which we have been produced right here, but I think we made a new one. Yeah, we did right here. But oh, you have more than enough limestone, so that can't be the issue. And this one should... yeah, it's getting all the limestone it needs. So it's pretty much just seaweed holding us back. And maybe upgrading how much gets delivered. Or when it gets delivered. That's... oh, that's wrong. Right, there please. Take you. And do that. So that is solved. That's going to produce very nicely. Then we just need the seaweed and to set up some seaweed production in the mall. Or the seaweed farm production even. I don't think we get tier 2 yet. That's locked behind selective breeding, which is locked behind. That one we can actually make quite easily to get first seaweed, and that one can be used in tier 2 one. Or make even more seaweed at a time. This required iron dust. We can't get that yet. We'll get it in the future when we have the research for it. Talking about research, let's get some more. Here's a micro something. That one can wait. Cooling tower can probably wait as well. Rest up here is locked. Photo thing. Micro filters, that's spore collectors. Yeah.